Hey fellow farmers, this is Bunto and welcome to another episode of Daily Dose. And finally, Come To Us has finally give us a notice that a balance patch is coming out, and I've been waiting for this for so long. All right, so this was out since yesterday, and if you guys use Reddit at all, you should see that it's all over Reddit right now. Okay, and for those of you who don't use Reddit or didn't check check the notes, I'll tell you right now what it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through it and I'm gonna give you guys my opinion on what I think about the buffs or the nerfs. All right, so yeah, so let's start. So so here's the note. So Chimera Fire, which is Rakan, finally gets a buff, Collapse. So his current skill right now decreases the attack bar by 50% and the attack speed for 2 turns when he uses the skill. And they're changing it to provokes the enemy for 1 turn, so provoking 1 enemy, not all enemies. Okay, and activates Collapse with a 30% chance if this skill is on cooldown when attacked. So that means he will revenge whoever attacks him with a 30% chance, and he's going to use his third skill, Collapse, which does a decent amount of damage. So I'm actually curious as to how this would turn out. It sounds good on paper. It really does. It really sounds good on paper. But again, I'm not sure how good this will be until I test it out. All right, so I do have a Rakan, so I will test this out when the note releases. And it doesn't really say when it's going to release, but it's going to release. When it does, totally going to test it out. Okay, and another thing, Dragon Knight, Leica is finally getting a much needed buff as well. So currently his passive is stuns the enemy for 1 turn with a 30% chance when being attacked. Oh, and also he doesn't glance, right? That's his current passive, but they're changing it to attack the attacker to inflict damage that's proportionate to your attack power. Really, they should just say revenge. They revenge the person, attack the attacker, right? I mean, Come To Us is a Korean company, but really, they have a lot of money. They should just get, instead of like translators, they should just get people that actually are like English speaking to do, English speaking Koreans to translate for them instead of, I don't know how they're translating, but it's really, really bad. If you read some of the text in the game, it's really terrible. Right? But anyways, so it attacks the attacker to inflict damage that's proportionate to your attack power and stuns the attacker for 1 turn with a 50% chance when attacked. So this means when he gets attacked, he'll revenge whoever attacked him. And it says here there's no percentage on that, so that means it's 100% chance. So whoever hits him, he will hit them back, and it'll be proportionate to his attack power. And then there's a 50% chance of that monster being stunned. This is actually pretty good. It's kind of like Libli, the Dark Joker's passive, right? Where when he gets attacked, he automatically revenges whoever attacked him 100%. But the difference there is that his skills gets minus one cooldown every time he gets hit. But here is he'll stun the monster with a 50% chance, which I think this is actually pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good, but Leica is still built very, very squishy, so I don't know how this will help him, really. Like, because if you have a Leica, you're going to be building him attack crit damage attack or speed crit damage attack, and chances are you're not going to have too much HP. Maximum HP he'll have is maybe 25k. So really with the extra stunning there, it may help. I don't know. Again, it's yet to be seen, but I still think this is a big improvement from what he currently has already. Yeah, now it sets him a little bit different from Theomars, because Theomars is essentially similar to him before, right? Minus the stunning part, but he has elemental king, which makes it so he has advantage over all monsters. Doesn't matter the elements, and he won't glance. But whereas, Dragon Knight, he has the he'll never glance thing on his passive, but not elemental king, so he doesn't get an extra 15% crit rate as a bonus for having an elemental advantage, right? So that's why he wasn't so good, because people can use Theomars, and Theomars is like better than Leica in every single way. But now this might change it a little bit, but still, I'm not too sure. He's still too squishy. Okay, so anyways, moving on. So everybody's seen this coming. I've seen this coming. I mean, the Wind Panda is too strong. He was too strong. All right. So the Wind Panda, from what I read, he's the only one that's getting a nerf here. He's the only one. So his passive before increases his attack bar by 30% whenever being attacked. Doesn't matter how much damage you do. You do one damage, you do 1,000 damage, he gets 30% attack bar. But now they decreased that to 20%, which I think is a lot better because before 30 was too much. Now he's still a very, very good monster, just not as OP as he once was, but still very, very good. The damage is still there. He still has super nemesis, just not as crazy as before, but it's still there. Okay. And okay, so the Wind Fairy King, he got the biggest buff, I would say, out of all the monsters here. He has the biggest buff. Okay, so his original skill was I believe this Seal Magic, so this is his third skill. Resets the enemy's attack bar. Reset the enemy's attack bar and puts the target's skill on max cooldown. Ignore resistance. So this was a single target spell, which will, I mean, was it resets the attack bar? So they meant reduce to 0, right? Again, Korean translation is terrible. So they would, so he would reduce the attack bar to 0 on the selected ally, and also put all of the cooldowns on max, and it's you can't ignore it. It's irresistible. So this was really good. I think unless if you have real runes on, then with immunity, if you have immunity, then it could be resisted, of course. But if you don't have immunity on and you use this skill, everything gets reset and the attack bar goes to 0. Okay, but now it's being changed to puts the target skill on max cooldown. So that part is still the same. Okay, ignore resistance, still the same, but instead of reducing just that one monster's attack bar to 0, it reduces all enemies to 0. So he just got like a Verad buff. But he's better than Verad now, actually. This skill, this is actually very good in Guild Wars. It's actually very good everywhere. In Guild War, even in TOA hard, actually. Anything with a reduced attack bar is actually really, really good. So like you can use this in TOA hard, like on a boss stage, and reduce everyone's attack bar to 0, and also reduce the cooldown to max cooldown on the boss or something. So this is really interesting. I think this will also be pretty good too in Arena. But although I don't have a Wind Fairy King, so I don't know what's the multipliers for this third skill and how much damage it would do. But just with the reduced to 0 on all enemies is so good. It's just so good. Okay, so anyways, moving on. But yeah, he has the biggest buff. So before he was kind of shit, and then they buffed him a little bit to ignore resistance for resetting the cooldown. Now it's even better. he's so good now. I think this bumped him up at least 2 or 3, at least 1 or 2 class levels as a Nat 5, right? Before I think he may have been like shit tier. Now he's probably like A or S tier. I don't know. It's yet to be seen until the patch comes out. All right. So the next up. Okay, so the Bastet, the Water Desert Queen, also has a pretty good buff too. So they actually changed the name of her third skill, Private Invitation to Oasis Blessing. So I think private invitations sound probably like too sexual or something like that, right? So they probably changed it. Them being Korean, they're very what do you call it? They're not really open with that kind of thing, right? So that's why they're probably changing it. Although with me saying that, they have like monsters with like their boobs out all over the place and ass out and everything, but whatever, right? Anyway, so what's happening to the skill now is, so before, if you guys have it, you would know it would attack an enemy and provoke them for 2 turns, and also grants you a shield that absorbs damage and immunity for 2 turns. And now they changed that completely. It's a complete rework, actually. Now increases the attack bar of the ally by 25% each. That sounds really weird, right? 25% each of what? So at first I thought this was for only one unit, but I think it's actually for all of your units, right? Increases the attack bar of the ally by 25% each. So I think, because it didn't indicate each what, right? Each beneficial effect on you or whatever. So I think it buffs all your monsters attack bar by 25% each. So she's essentially becoming a attack bar booster. All right. So boost everybody attack bar by 25%. This skill will also create a shield that absorbs damage and increases your attack power for 3 turns. And the shield's proportionate to your level. So before, she was more of a defensive type monster, where she would provoke the enemy for 2 turns and put a shield. So pretty much, just she was a meat shield. But now she's more of a offensive support monster, where she's pushing up your attack bar and also giving you attack buff and giving you a shield. So yeah, so this is actually pretty good, actually. So if you're bringing like a sort of a squishy team, this is actually good. I think she'll be actually very, very good with double Lushen. Yeah, this will be very good with double Lushen. I'm saying this now. She will be used with double Lushen. I mean, boosts attack bar and attack buff and gives shield. She doesn't give crit rate though, but most high level players they tend to push their Lushen to as close to max as they can, like 90 or 95% crit rate. That's what they do, right? So I'm seeing now a lot of high level players will use Bastat for this reason. Right, for double Lushen. I mean, it's just so good, pushing attack bar and buffing attack at the same time. I don't think there's any monster that does that right now. I may be mistaken. Bernard, all right. Nope. Yeah, she's the only one. She would be the only one. So Megan would be one, but Megan versus Bastat. Megan, I think, pushes your attack bar by 20%, versus this pushes your attack bar by 25%, and also puts shield on, which is really, really nice. So this will be, for sure, you're going to see a lot of her with double Lushens. Just look at Reddit whenever the video comes out, whenever the patch comes out, a ton of people will be using Bastat with double Lushens. I can see it now already. So she got a pretty good buff too. All right, and Sky Dancer, Water and Lights. So they added an additional effect for her, increases the attack bar of the ally according to the number of beneficial effects removed. I don't know if that's that great or anything, but realistically, not too many people use the water or the light one, especially in PvP. They probably use it more in PvE, and plus no one has the light. Not many people have the light one anyways. But yeah, Miyong is usually used just in PvE, and really whatever this is saying here, it doesn't matter too much, really. All right, so yeah, this is a minor buff. So Light Polar Queen, so she was one of the really shitty Nat 5s, really shitty Nat 5s, especially for being light and dark. And now, so she has a little buff too. Decreases the skill cooldown of an ally monsters by 2 turns. Now changing that to decreases the cooldown of all ally monsters by 2 turns. So instead of just one monster, she'll affect all monsters. So decreases their cooldown by 2 turns. Okay. The cooldown of the skill is increased by 1 turn to 7. Okay, so they're kind of buffing and then nerfing. It's weird. Okay, modify brutal order so that the cooldown is not decreased by the brutal order. Okay, so this skill doesn't affect her own skill from. She doesn't reduce 2 cooldowns off of this skill, pretty much. So it just reduces the cooldown of everybody else's skill by 2 turns, which I think is kind of stupid. So she's still not that great. This is not a good buff by any means. It is not a good buff. Jamire, the Wind Dragon, resets everybody's skill to so they can use it again. Right, so resets everybody's cooldown so that it's all usable right away, whereas this is only by 2 turns. So this is actually not that good, and she She's still not good. She's still not good. This doesn't really do much for her. Okay, so they did a lot of little buffs here and there for the Drunken Master. I'm not gonna go through all of them because really it doesn't seem like they did increase their attack and attack bar and stuff like that a little bit. But the one most notable thing is they changed the not changed. They added a additional effect to all of the Drunken Master's first skill, which is ignores defense. Yeah, ignore defense on first turn. There's no, you know, with a chance of 20% or 50%. It's just flat out a 100% chance ignore defense. So that's actually pretty good, I think. Of course, it's yet to be seen because they are going to modify the multipliers for sure. Whatever it is, it's not going to stay the same. It's going to change, right? But yeah, so that's the only notable thing. Other things, of course, you know, they increased damage here and there. Attack bar by 15% as additional effect. Blah blah blah. Other than that, it doesn't. Yeah, because they're only nat 3s, so their base damage and whatever damage they're gonna do wouldn't be too strong anyways. But the only notable thing is the ignore defense here, so that's actually pretty good. Actually curious as to see how that will turn out. Of course, I don't have the luxury to build them, so I'm gonna watch what other people do, and then if they're good, I'm totally gonna build it myself. All right, and yeah, so there are some reworking to the Barbaric King as well. They did make him a little bit better here and there, but realistically, he's still the same. Something like he had two, was it penalty? Number of hits decreased from 2 to 1, but the damage stays the same. So it's like, okay, so it was a multi-hit, but now it's a single hit, but it does the same amount of damage. Doesn't really affect anybody there, really. All right, so there is a little change here and there. I'm not gonna read it just because it's really minor, I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip that. And then Bounty Hunter, yeah, no one cares. Trust me, nothing game changing about Bounty Hunters either, right? So no one's gonna build them. It's not worth it going through it as well. Right? So let's go to okay. So the next monster, Monkey King, Water Monkey King, and Light Monkey King. So Shihua, yeah, Shihua or Shitho as they call it. People call it. And the Light Monkey, I don't know his name, but whatever. So his second skill, All or Nothing, increased the inflicted damage by 10%. Why even put that there? That does absolutely nothing. I think it's just because a lot of people were complaining that the Water and the Light Monkey King's skill were exactly identical to the Mischievous Bat, which is a 2-star monster. Actually, the Mischievous Bat skill is, I think, better because it has higher accuracy or something like that. So a lot of people are complaining how he's almost equivalent to a 2-star monster for that case. But so yeah, they just increased the damage. So really, that's nothing. It does that does nothing. They need to change the skill entirely. Really, it doesn't do anything. Okay, so anyways, so for the sylphs, Cyclone, so Water, Wind, Light, so they just increased damage by a little bit for some of the skills. Increased by 8%, 7%, so nothing really there. So the Light Sylph, Double Cyclone, increases chance of stunning to 15%. Nope, nothing, doesn't matter, that's stupid, no one really used it. Okay, so the next monster is to get a major buff. The Pioneers, okay, and the Water and the Light one, they got a pretty decent buff, I would say. This is also pretty good. Okay, so increases the damage. So this is the skill before. Increases the inflicted damage proportionate to your attack power and HP. Now it changed to increases the inflicted damage proportionate to your max HP. So your attack power no longer calculates into it. So it'll just be your max HP. And additional effects. Recovers the HP of all allies by the amount that's proportionate to your max HP after the attack. Okay, so this is actually a decent buff. It doesn't mention it here, but Mountain Power, actually the less the more HP you lose, the more damage you do. It does not mention that there though. It does not mention that there, but that's the old skill, and they're changing that completely to just inflict damage proportionate to your max HP, which I think is actually a lot better because you don't want to get hit anyways, right? So for him to do damage before, he would have to get hit and lose a sizable amount of HP in order for him to do any significant damage. And yeah, in arena, if you give up the first turn or the first two turns, you may very well lose. Pretty much it. You may very well lose. So now he'll do more consistent damage, albeit maybe a little less damage because because before he did do a lot of damage when he loses a lot of HP, but now it'd be a lot more consistent. Whereas, you know, he's on full HP or he's on half HP, he'll still do the same amount of damage, but it'll be more than before at full HP. So this is actually a lot better, and also he'll heal the entire team for his max HP after the attack. So that's actually really good because you're gonna build him very tanky anyways. So I'm just very curious as to see what the multipliers are, and also the amount that's going to be healed. So yeah, it's a sizable buff for them for that. So that's pretty good. And also the water one got another buff. A lot of people complain for the water one. The skill cooldown will decrease from 6 to 5 turns. So yeah, I mean that part that's good, right? You know, never say no to decrease cooldown. Never say no. It's always good. But you know, realistically, it doesn't affect too much because again, in arena, it's all about the first few turns. If you get past 5 turns, something's wrong. Something's wrong. But this actually might make him a better defensive option for AD, right? You never know. All right. So anyway, so for the Light Pioneer, also known as one of the worst Nat 5s. Even Light and Dark doesn't matter. Just worst Nat 5 overall. So additional effect revives all allies with 30% HP, though soul protection will not be cast upon the reviving allies. Okay, so before he just casts soul protection. So what soul protection is, if your ally dies, he gets revived if the soul protection is still there. Like it lasts for 2 turns. I mean, if he dies while soul protection is on, the monster will be revived with 30% HP. Now, they added additional effect that if you have any dead monsters already, they will come back and it'll revive them, but they won't have the soul protection on. So yeah, so that's a decent, it's an okay buff, but realistically, he still kind of sucks. He still kind of sucks. So yeah, so not really anything too good there. Okay, so now the Dark Pioneer also got a buff too. So steals 1 beneficial effect from each monster, and steals 1 beneficial effect from each monsters. Now becomes steal all beneficial effects from all monsters. So pretty much, before his strip was really shitty, where he would only strip 1 effect from each monster, and well, he was stealing it, right? But now he would steal everything from everybody, which is a lot better. So now he's actually a decent stripper, although still not as good as Chiwu, the Fire Pioneer, because he does have the speed lead and he strips as well. So yeah, so that's also good. Oh, and also I forgot to mention here, so all the Pioneers' first skill is also getting a buff. Chances of putting the enemy to sleep from 15% to 20%. That's huge. That's actually huge. Like I said up here for the Light Sif that 15 to 20%, that doesn't matter too much. But here it's pretty much the same buff, right? But the difference here is that no one uses Life Steal for anything. Nobody. But Chiwu actually used all the time because of his speed lead and his strip. So this makes a huge difference in defense. So I'm actually really excited for this. For this slight little buff to my Chiwu. I'm really excited. Alright, and then they did change some AI here and there. So pretty much just everybody AI is a little bit smarter. That's all it is. So, you know, Rakan will use his collapse more often. I think they should just try to modify it so he can use it whenever it's off cooldown, really. And then yeah, so just you know, little AI tweaks here and there, and then some skill description has been changed, fix some errors on monsters, and blah blah. So that oh, and the other really noticeable thing is too the jack-o'-lantern. They did change the speed. So chilling, smoky, windy, all those monsters, their first skill, speed animation has been improved because before it was so slow, and it does add up. And now they changed the animation to hopefully faster. I don't know how fast it's gonna be, but again, it's yet to be seen. And yeah, if it's anything like the nine-tailed fox, then it's pretty good. They attack pretty fast, just boom, and it's done. Right? So hopefully this will be this will be good. All right. Yeah, so that's it for the patch notes. Oh man, this is a long video. Okay, so enough of this. It's already been 25 minutes, so I'm gonna go in right into the Guildwar right now. Bear with me for a moment, and here we are. Okay, so yeah, so let's move on to the Guildwar now. That was like a 25-minute talk. Wow. Okay. Well, I hope that was as insightful as it was for you as it was for me. All right, so let's go into the Guildwar here. So we are facing Supernova Awake. All right, so we are currently ranked 473. How many swords do we have left? So we have 27 swords left, including my own, and 4 hours to go. Okay, and seems like everyone's already been attacked. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack the strongest guys, because I am one of the stronger attacking members of this guild. Okay, so okay, so the first team, there is a Theomars there, so I'm gonna bring my anti-Theomars team, and there is a Bastat here, and not Bastat, sorry, a segment, and segments are normally built really fast, so they can get the jump on, you know, whatever monsters that they want to get a jump on and reset their cooldown. Yeah. So that's pretty nasty. So I need to get rid of her ASAP. Not get rid of her ASAP. I need to get rid of this Theomars ASAP. And I think this should be, yeah, this should be good. So for the team down here, this is a really weird team that I'd never really seen before. What is this? What? Okay, Tyrone, Tessarion, and Wusa. Okay. What? I'm a little confused for this team here. I'm actually quite confused for this team. What should I do here? Does this work? I think this will work. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go over. So Copper is going to kill this Chiwu, and then Bulldozer will kill the Tessarion, and then there's only the Tyrone left, and Tyrone's not gonna do anything against us three. All right. Just very worried about the first team actually, because the Ritesh is very scary. If he does his AoE armor break and he violent procs and kills my Legmon, it's over. So a little worried about that. Okay, so let's get rid of this Theomars right off the bat. Oh shit, die. Okay, good. The oh shit, that really hurt it. Oh shit, hold up. Oh man. So instead of so Bastat, instead of stealing buffs or resetting a monster's skill on max cooldown, which that's what her third skill does, she used her second skill, which applies these three debuffs: armor break, glance, and oh shit, and attack block, heal block. Sorry. Ooh, okay, so I may lose here, so I may have to give up. So if this lightning strike doesn't stun, yeah, I may have to give up here. Oh, okay, now she uses charming voice. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just gonna stop. There's no way of me winning here. The Ritesh is gonna go and he's gonna kill one of my guys. Oh wow, I was not expecting that. Okay, and this. Oh, this Chew is really fast. Damn it, he's fast over 240 speed and plus Tyrone's speed lead. Was not expecting that. I think I should just kill this Tyrone now, actually. Yeah, because he's not going to be doing too much damage. And my Bulldozer is really, really tanky. So, let's kill this Tyrone first. Okay. Aw, come on, don't Violent proc. Stop that. Okay, good. So now I'm going to full Power Punch. And hopefully this should be enough to kill the Tyrone. Although, how many shield was there? I did 38k on the Tyrone. So that means, and I normally do 46, so that means there's 8k shield. Oh shit. So this is gonna do like 22k damage on him. I don't think that's enough. Okay, so that did 25k damage. Yeah, that's not enough. Okay, good, now he's dead. Okay, so he's only gonna be attacking my Bulldozer, which is great because my Mastery is very, very squishy. Very squishy. So this really helps actually. Okay, we made the good choice. Because if I try to lightning strike the Chiwu, I most likely wouldn't been able to kill him. Yeah. Okay, so we did win this one. Okay, this is good. Good choice. Good choice. Alright. Oh, but the first team though. That segment is actually really, really good. I should have taken her into account. I just completely ignored and just, you know, thought that the Theomars was the only threat. Bad. Okay, anyways. So for the team down here, okay, so this team here. So I'm gonna use my not ignore, but I'm gonna use my anti-Theomars team here. Yeah, get rid of the Theomars first, and then get rid of the Jolton afterwards, and then there shouldn't be any issues there. So for the first team here, so I think these guys are fairly strong, just because based off my impression off of the first guy. So I'm gonna assume that this does decent damage because I did underestimate this in the past, and it did totally come back to bite me in the ass. So I'm gonna be a little bit more careful here, and I'm gonna go with, let's see, Bernard. I do need another speed lead though, but both of my speed leaders are down here. It is not good. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Okay, where is she? Okay, so I'm gonna bring guys that does not really tanky watery guys that does not rely on any skills to win, but they're passive. So this will be pretty good against the Zyros. So only thing is we need to kill the Zyros though before he kills us. And who else should I bring? Yeah, and I can't bring Chloe. Who else is tanky? I should bring. Who should I bring? Who should I bring? Okay, and I'm gonna bring a Chas in here. Just gonna pussy out and go pure defense and bring a Chas in here. Even though she might get resetted, she is really fast. What's her? So she's at 201 speed, and yeah, she's on Violent, so she can Violent proc herself back to healing, if needed. If needed. Although she might die. Damn it! Maybe I should have brought somebody with immunity. Oh, why didn't I do that? I don't have much guys on Will Runes now that I think about it. Oh, and everybody resists. Awesome. So both Rina and Chassin have really high resistance. So that's probably why. So once we get rid of this Zyros, we won. Okay, and that's it. We pretty much won there. Great. All according to plan. Okay, so now we just need to get rid of this Bernard and move on to the next battle. What is the next battle? I already forgot. I actually already forgot. Just gonna auto this. Yeah, oh man, I'm so excited for the patch. I'm hoping Rakan will be good. I don't have any of the other guys except for the Pioneers. The Chiwu that got a buff. I wish I had a Wind Fairy King, but I don't. But yeah, so the only monster I can look forward to is Rakan and Chiwu. Although Chiwu is a little bit minor in his buff, it'll still be something. Oh fuck! Damn it! Okay, so we weren't able to remove immunity and put on the anti-buff debuff on him. Fuck! Oh shit! Almost knocked the mic down there. Gosh. Okay. Damn it. And we weren't able to armor break the Jolton either. So this is really not good. Oh, Galleon, you're filling me here, buddy. All right. Well, I guess we'll kill this this Chassin first. Oh, okay. So if he speed tuned his team properly there, my Chiwu would have been dead. Right? If Jolton went first before Theomar's, armor broke him, armor broke my Chiwu, and then I would have been dead. But that wasn't the case, which is good, which is better for me actually. But yeah, if he speed tuned there properly. Oh, okay, so we weren't able to stun the freaking Theomars. We did weaken attack, which is good. Okay, so he might die here, so he won't get a turn. So if this damage does damage after, sorry, before removing the buff. So if I remove his endure, he'll die off of dots afterwards, which is great. Just yes, okay. Oh, and I do get a turn. That's okay. I'm just gonna let him die. He can die to the buffs, to the dots. Okay, so that actually worked out. Oh my gosh, so much fell there. So much fell there. So but yeah, we actually won, which is pretty good. Oh man, Chu missing the buff, and also Galleon not armor breaking the Jolton, but it did work out, so that's awesome. So yeah, let's check out this guy here. This team, okay. So again, I'm just gonna bring my anti-Theomar's team here. Use Bernard for this. So even though his Vigil is fire, but the only threat is the Theomar. So once I neutralize him, there shouldn't be an issue killing the other two. Yeah. So for the team down here, this is a little weird team. You don't really encounter this too much, but this is not a good team. I'll tell you why right now. It's easily, even though there's 3 Nat 5s here, 2 of them pretty good. Praha is really good, and Fire Monkey, he's okay, right? He's okay. But it's really counterable by these 2 Nat 3s and this Nat 4. It's really easy to counterable. Copper will just one-shot the Praha, and then Bulldozer will just kill the monkey in one shot as well, unless he has more than 32k HP, which I highly doubt, because most people will want to build him, on a lot of attack. Okay, so hopefully we can land the debuff this time, which we did, which is awesome. And now we just kill him off, and now there is no threat, which is great. Now we just need to kill them quicker than they kill us. Yeah, they do have heals and immunity and whatnot, but we do have the damage, which they are lacking. Oh, don't remove. Ah, damn it. Okay, need to armor break here. Okay, good. Can sleep or stun? Nope. Okay, it doesn't matter. She's dead anyways. Yeah. Okay, so now this will be a lot more smooth that we don't have Chastity here healing this village back up. So now they have no heals. So we just need to. Oh, okay. So we just need to just kill him. If we can get a crit here, yes. Okay. So yeah, even though he was fire, we still crit him because I do have 100% crit rate on my Legron. Okay, so this is why this team is not good here. Just very simple, very easy to copper bulldozer. So when you're making a Guildwar defense, try to keep in mind that people will copper bulldozer your team, just because it's so easy to attain and also very easy to build. Yeah. So yeah, so this third guy was relatively easy, very easy, and that should do it. All right. Oh, all right. So wow, the patch note took much longer than I thought it would. All right. Anyways, yeah. So we did end up. Did I draw on this one? I think I draw on this one. Sad. Oh, because of the stupid segment on the first team. But anyway, so yeah, that's it for the Guild War and for the video. Just realized now that I talked really long for the first patch note for the first part of the video until we got to the Guild War. So it was about 25 minutes. So I'm gonna put in the descriptions below where Guild War starts. All right, and yeah, so that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment, watch my other videos, and until next time, happy farming.